Welcome on in, Browns fans, to the 20-3 halftime show of your Cleveland Browns versus the Dallas Cowboys. Your Cleveland Browns 3, Dallas 20, in an uninspired first half to open up week one for your Cleveland Browns. Jeff, not too many text messages exchanged between us so far. I think that can tell a lot about the story.
I'm not even sure if we're live on YouTube, but shit, we're on Twitter, so send it.
It is what it is, but unfortunately, when you and I aren't really texting back and forth, that's either a good sign or a really bad sign. Obviously, right now, not too great. The offense kind of just looking very stale, looking very slow as of right now. Defense giving up a couple of big plays, obviously giving up the touchdown on what might have been a blown coverage on a blitz package. And a lot to just kind of take in with that first half. But obviously for me, uninspired offense, uninspired, special teams to say for a point, and then uninspired defense to a degree. So, Jeff, like I said, haven't really heard too much from you as of yet, but would love to hear something now.
Everything that, we did, we had two preview videos this week. We had one with Derek over at DF Sports. I did a little solo one earlier in the week before stuff happens, of course, what's Jack Conklin's issue? I understand that was going to be an uphill battle to play, but it's like, we're at his locker room. Like, left tackle. We just have to remember the body change, we're not on the right side, inactive. All right, whatever. It was going to be an issue anyway. But like I said, everything that I was worried about in the multiple previews that we talked about and that me and you texted back and forth all week has happened. It's a training wheel offense. We don't play all preseason, are we going to be good? We don't play all preseason. They should just get rid of the NFL preseason because week one is still every game is sloppy. Illegal formations, blocking the backs. It's all ugly. The preseason does nothing for any of these guys. Get rid of that nonsense. It's just for players to get hurt at this point. It's not like everybody comes into sharp week one anyway. But when you take zero preseason reps, are you going to be good? Are you going to have the ability to throw the ball downfield? Are you going to feel comfortable with strikes that are, where you have someone in your face when Micah Parsons is bearing down on you and he's, running at you full speed and he's just getting ready to level you out? And then it's just like the defense. It's the same old song and dance with this franchise. The defense, what are they supposed to do? They're out on the field for 60, 70%, if not more of the first half. That might have been a generous number. So they have good drives where they look good. They have drives where they look tired. That's the story of the game here. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the only silver lining for me is that it really should be more. I feel like 17 points with us getting the ball out of half. Is it looking like this is probably going to be a week one loss? Absolutely. But is it out of reach? Like I'm here saying that this game is completely 100% over. We have 0% chance to win this game. No, you could put together a drive and it'll be a 10-point game coming, after one drive in the second half. Doesn't look like that's going to happen though.
As of right now, your Cleveland Browns total yardage 54, passing yards 31,
54 yards.
Rushing yards 23 yards to Dallas's 216 total yards, 140 passing, 76 rushing. And again, Jeff, like you said, looks like training wheel offense. Doesn't look like much has really changed in terms of the offensive identity. You have 7 penalties for 39 yards.
What is this? Can somebody explain to me what this is? 2.5 yards of play?
Yeah. Well, and again, like you said, it could all change. You come out in the second half right away, score a touchdown, open the drive up with a couple big plays. But again, what do we credit this to? We talked about earlier in the offseason that this schedule, it was going to be beneficial to trying to knock off the rust again, but why do we have to constantly go through the jumping of that hoop? Why is it that we're constantly trying to struggle our way through the offense in weeks 1 through 4, weeks 1 through 5? And again, it's, the defense can only do so much. I think that, again, holding Dallas to quite a few field goals here has been the best part about this game. And yet you're talking 20-3 and not looking too optimistic on the offensive side. So,
Ashton, they're not even blocking him some plays. Like there was the interception. I understand that might have been schemed, but he was standing there looking at Deshaun eye to eye 6 feet apart, and he tipped the ball up in the air. There was never any intention to even block him on that play. And here's the thing where, oh, well, Watson defenders and Watson haters and Browns apologizers, whatever. Here's when two things are going to be true at once. To a trained football eye, I don't think anybody is saying that Watson is it's not like he's standing back there all game, all play. He has no time to throw the ball. They're playing, the tackles are subpar. The line has not been very good. You could see in 2 quarters how much losing Callahan means. I mean, to me, that's one of the biggest takeaways for me is that you lost your offensive line coach, and it looks like it. But I don't know if there's a lot of NFL quarterbacks who, with however many dropbacks he's taken, 13 or 14 dropbacks, and he's been pressured 7, 8, 9 times, and he's been sacked once or twice. I don't really see how a trained football eye is going to be like, oh yeah, like that's not a problem, because it obviously is. But you paid him to be better than that. You paid him to work out of scenarios that other quarterbacks can't work out of. Your backups, your starters from the past. Yeah, when you're on a rookie deal and when you're on a rookie contract, you're filling in as a backup, and Micah Parsons is beating your ass all game. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, cool. But when you're paying a premier quarterback in the league 100% guaranteed money, you got to do something about it. And I get it. He's not, as far as my concern, he's not blocking. Deshaun Watson is not blocking. He's not calling the plays, and he's not able to catch the ball. For what it's worth, and it's not worth much, there were a couple passes in the first half where our wide receiver should have caught the ball. And Njoku had a drop out.
Njoku's had a couple now.
And Jerry Jeudy had a drop where he got lit up. But, I mean, you're paid to catch the football, and I'm not saying that's making a difference. Maybe it leads to 1 extra field goal. Maybe it leads to three extra points. But I don't know.
It's not all on Watson. I mean, it's incredible to think that, you look at the stat line and you have 6 total rushes from this team in particular, a team that we've always known to run it. And I don't think that outside of the first 2 rushes from Ford, maybe even just the first rush from Ford, he's been able to get a little bit of yardage, but at the same time, it just seems like we're not making the right assessments in the run game to give us much chance. And obviously haven't tried an end around yet, which sometimes it doesn't work out the best for Stefanski. But again, at this point, you want to try and get something moving north, and just about everything else that you've tried so far has not worked. The offensive passing game, the scheme right now is just trying to get these quick passes out there, and I'm not really seeing a whole lot for Watson to try and do. And again, you do a rollout to Micah Parsons, not a great idea. And the 1 or 2 times that he has tried to, hold the ball, he's had to run, and I think he spun out of 2 guys tackling him, and we almost got some magic. But Njoku again, or not. I don't think that one was Njoku. That one was Atkins, maybe.
Jeff, it was Atkins. It was Atkins.
But I mean, it's when you don't play for however many days, 200, 300. This is what you kind of can expect. So, gonna have an uphill battle coming out of the second half. We do get the ball, Jeff. What is the offensive adjustment in your eyes here? What do we move to do to try and open it up?
You just can't have penalties. We have 7 penalties for 39 yards that you pointed out. But I mean, if you have unfortunately 1 negative play every drive has killed us, which is going to kill a lot of drives in the National Football League, especially going up against a premier player like Micah Parsons. If you have a negative play or allow him to get a tackle for loss, a sack, whatever it may be, it's going to be difficult to go down on that drive and score points. At the end of the day, I don't know if you can even scheme up a pass that is like a developing route that's like 12 plus yards down the field. I don't even know.
It's a 3 Mississippi count.
I don't even know if it's possible. Like, I'm moving Watson out of the pocket, come out in the first play, and whatever side Parsons is on, move Watson out, move the pocket to the other side, let go 3 deep routes, and just throw the ball for more than 25 air yards, please. Please, even the one drive where it was either 3-0 or it was 3-3 or whatever it was. Like, again, with 1 yard flare routes to Njoku, it was one of the first drives where we're having this little okay. I don't know, man. It's just not. It's obviously not working. And is there going to be enough time in the pocket or wherever you're moving the pocket to throw the ball downfield. Cooper, uninvolved. Judy, one pass attempt where he couldn't even hold on to the ball. Ford's a non-factor. The whole offense is basically lucky to even go out there and get 3 or 4 yards a drive.
Yeah, I mean, I miss the days of when we had a fullback in a proper running offense. But for me, I gotta believe that you got to go back, even if it's with Pierre Strong. You got to go back to trying to run the ball a little bit, trying to open it up so you can get play action to get guys like Micah out of sync, out of Deshaun's face and whatnot. But in order to have this game be anything of a possible comeback, you need Deshaun to go out there, make a play, make more than a play at this point. And, again, just look for the obvious guys. Look for Amari. Look for, again, it's tough to say look for the obvious guys because there is no Nick Chubb right now. But, David Njoku, he's got to pick it up. We paid him a lot of money to be a premier guy on this team. So him, Amari, you got to hope that Judy comes along here. Probably avoid Elijah Mitchell a little bit, or Elijah Moore, because that's always been an issue, always been a non-factor. So, but maybe even get Cedric Tillman a couple of tosses here and there. But it's tough. It's going to be an uphill battle for this team coming out here. You got to hope that Stefanski has finally figured out, and hopefully maybe this is even where Ken Dorsey comes into play a little bit more with the offensive adjustments. But going to need some big-time ones coming out of halftime. Jeff, I feel like we got a few minutes here before we're back to it. Anything else to note? Gonna need a defensive score probably here to get it back going.
Good debut for Brady so far. Because if this was a close game, I'd be.
Do you pissed. Like his commentary?
Well, hold on, I was getting there. A good debut as far as the game. Because if this was a good game, I'd be pissed off. Because no, I don't like his. I actually don't like his commentary. I don't think that he has the voice to even be a color commentator. I don't even think that's his fault. He just doesn't sound like a sports commentator in the booth. And he's, it's whatever. It's his debut. I'm sure he'll get better. He's definitely not as good as Greg Olsen, in my opinion. Right. Even when Greg Olsen first started, but yeah, Captain Obvious. Burkhardt, nothing spectacular. Burkhardt's like a mid-level talent to me. I know some people like him, but
Brady's got some of the obvious things from like a first-time commentator.
He was saying Boo Bird, so we'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, we're kicking off here, so.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, hitting the bell notifications for when we are giving you those Browns updates, Cavs stuff coming up soon. And hopefully we are able to pull this one out. But we will be back later this week with an episode to recap the game. Make sure you guys tune in for that, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.